Okay, this is the Soloburger jig, and when you clamp the point in here, and I'll clamp it in there, and you can see the side that I want to flute will be facing out in there. First thing I do is try to get this thing secured so it doesn't break before I give it a chance to flute. So then tighten the clamp. Now when it's like that, it's coming up. So we got to adjust the back here because you want to slope maybe a 10% slope on or straight. It's not that critical. It's just because if you're running to the tip, it is. But if you're just like what I want to do on this one, just a little bit of the way, just about a quarter of the point should be fluted for what this is. Okay, that's about the slope I like on this part here. So the point will. Then this is the, and I try to file that, keep that filed so you don't have burrs and stuff sticking out. Just make sure that it's fairly clean. You can see I've done quite a few closes. It was up in here, so I filed it all the way to there already. Then this part, I just gotta tilt it so I can see where my so that's what's gonna about right there. All right, now I'll get up and I'll do. So this is how you sit on the Soloburger, and all right. Now it's all pressure, so as much pressure as you put on there. If you want to flute it to the tip, you put more pressure on, which I don't do on these here, but and you can kind of see it's bouncy a little bit, but you hold this from releasing till you're ready. Okay, you ready? Okay, we're going to try to run this knob of there. You can see it went all the way to here. Okay, take it back out and do this. Try to get the other side. And then it actually wiped out a lot of that quartz line, but this one will probably not go that far. I'll put this down. Get my glove bag on. Now to do the other side the same as that side was, is the neck. A lot of times I'll just break it out a little bit. Always braid it a little bit before you flake it, because you don't want these here to step on you too much so they don't fail. So I see where it's down just about to where the ears are. Maybe a little bit more, it would be better. that should be enough. It may have to go a little more to get that flute to release, but I'm below the center line a little bit, and I want to be below it. Okay, now I'll get this ready to. Alright, we're back at getting this flute preparation. Make sure you braid it. Okay, that's the one side. I think that should be good enough for that side there. Come back, flip it to the other side. I'll braid it again. I use the file a lot because you can get right down in there where you gotta get a flake out. Now these are the flakes that come in behind. This is the releasing flake. That quartz makes it a little different to see. I think it's okay. And I'm taking my time because I don't want to break it while I am this far. Okay, now I'm ready for abrasion on it. And they're not always centered, but usually the flute kind of runs that ridge anyhow, whether you're right on it or not. Take this to make sure it's totally flat. Sometimes I even release it a little bit. On account of that quartz, it might be. Okay, now I look at it and just make sure that all the burrs and little things you don't want on there are gone. Look real close, that looks like, I don't know, it looks like a little mirror in there, but anyhow. just it may be mica. I don't know if that's what it is. I don't know. I don't know anything about the. Okay, make sure that you got everything. Now I'm ready to clamp it into the jig and go for it. Okay, I'm clamping this in there, and if you see, it's got a little bit of a slope. Okay. Then I take this back off because I don't like no burrs on there. You can see a little. Some of it is okay as long as they're not burrs sticking out. And so that's, and these are not real extensive, big platforms to flute off of, because since I don't want to run it that far, it doesn't really matter that much. So it'll be sitting about right there. Anyhow, okay, we're ready to flute it, or break it. Now we're going to flute this one. You know, I've not done many of these lately, so I'm not quite as. Okay, now the lever is down a little more than I like, but it'll do the same job anyhow. So now it's all about that pressure. You can see I keep holding it on there so it can't release. That's where it went. So that's about what I thought, where I thought it would stop, and I'll show it. It went right to there. This one is there. So they're not totally matched, but that's, and the little mirror is still in there. And then you can see it held it back, so it had to tear it off of there. That little, you don't think those things make much of a difference, but you can see that it had to tear it all that out of there. All right, now I'll touch it up with the jig down and touch it up a little bit, and we're ready to chase Mastodon. Okay, well, I'll finish touching it up a little bit, and because most all the Clovis are real thin here. That's the most important thing when you look at an old one, if they're thin there. And again, I want to braid the edge a little bit so that my flakes don't just hinge in there. This one probably wouldn't even need anything out of there, but I touch it up anyhow a little bit. Pretty much it. Now what I'll do is I'll resharpen the tip, and it'll be good to go. Do a little bit of touch up here yet, and then I thought I had it, but this side here is a little jagged. You can touch it up as much as you want, but okay, it's done. That's it.